the same thing I told my translator in Cuba when I had to preach there in 1988, that I would give it to her when I got it. I couldn't give it before I got it, the title. And I was wrestling with whether to do what I've been set up with. I've been set up 3 times within the last month, 3 different times. Now, 2 of those times that I was set up, I really have to give credit to the people who planned the conference. They planned both of the different places, one in Indianola, Iowa, and the other in Columbus, Ohio. They had both planned that lecture series literally in 2006, long before Barack Obama announced that he was running for president. So when they planned and assigned the topic, it had nothing to do with Barack. But I still was set up because I had to go in there, both instances, and talk about religion and politics. So after preparing 2 hour-and-a-half lectures in Columbus and a lecture in Indianola, all of the questions I was asked had nothing to do with my lectures. They all had to do with Barack. So I said I was set up. Then I got set up in even a worse way this week, and I told Reverend Patton I was trying to decide which lecture to give. I got set up this week by a good friend of mine, Dr. Bill Anderson, who is an osteopathic surgeon, the head of the osteopathic department at Michigan State University, has had now for 8 straight years a series on African American history during the month of African American history. He has a lecture come each Thursday of the month. I have been 2 or 3 times now. This year I was number 1. Next week is Charles Sherrard. Charles Sherrard was a minister when I was in the sit-in movements back at Virginia Union University in 1959, 1960. And Charles Sherrard left Virginia Union and became the SNCC coordinator, the coordinator for the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. And he is speaking next week. The week after that, the 29th, Frederick Douglass Haynes is speaking on the 22nd, and then Bishop Vashti McKenzie on the 29th. And to keep spontaneity, to keep diversity, and to keep the topics varied, they assign us what they want us to talk about. And Bill Anderson, my good friend, assigned my topic to me. And the topic that he assigned to me is what I want to share with you today. This was really a setup, and I'm going to show you why. He assigned me the topic of sibling rivalry. Since 9/11/01 especially, the problems with Jews and Muslims and Christians have exacerbated to the point that there's tension, there's dissension, there's anger, there's hatred all over not just this country but the world, stemming back to the rivalry between 2 siblings, 2 brothers. And he asked me to address that topic with the end result being, what can we do as people of peace to bring some closure to the sibling rivalry and the fighting that's going on. Now, as if that's not bad enough, here's how the day went. At 8:35, I landed in Lansing, Michigan. At 9 o'clock, I had a meeting with the faculty and the host community leaders from 9 until 11:30. At 12, I went to a so-called lunch. Now, we at a school, Michigan State University, so you know what the lunch was like. Salad and shish kebab. Listen who was invited to and who attended the lunch, coming to hear me and talk with me about the topic for the day before I could get to the university-wide lecture. Here is who came to lunch. Student groups by the following names: Peace Over Prejudice, I Stop Hate, W.E.B. Du Bois Society, Michigan State University Hillel organization, that's a Jewish organization, the Martin Luther King Student Activities Board, Imrul, which is a Muslim student association, the Jewish Student Union, Students for Peace and Justice, the Black Graduate Students Association, the Coalition of Indian Undergraduate Students, Chicanos y Latinos Unidos, that's Chicanos and Latins United, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Women's Council, women is spelled W-O-M-Y-N, meaning a women's group that's against misogyny. The Arab Cultural Society. Now hold the Arab Cultural Society in tandem with the Jewish Student Union and the MSU Hillel organization. The Council for Students with Disabilities, the International Student Association, Asian Pacific American Student Organization, Black Student Alliance, Culturas de las Razas Unidas, that's Culture of United Races, and North American Indian Student Organization. As we are walking up the steps into this hall where all these students are there for lunch, the Director of Diversity says to me, I need to warn you that the students are hostile. I've been set up. Why are they hostile? They're hostile because last week, the speaker who was not here for Black History Month, he was just here on the campus, was Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss is a Jew. And Richard Dreyfuss said to the students, I don't believe in the state of Israel. And the Jewish students took offense at his comments, and they were angry. They are angrier now. We're still walking up the steps because someone has passed out the blog written on you and your siding with Farrakhan, who is against the Jews, who considers the Jews the enemy. So they're very upset and angry and hostile. Thank you very much. Welcome to Michigan State University. What I did with the students in my time with them for that 2 hours, and then what I addressed that afternoon to keep the conversation honest, is what I wanted to present with you in terms of sibling rivalry. I talked about 7 different areas of concern that need to be kept in tandem before you can talk honestly about the Jewish, Muslim, Christian, African American, and remember this Black History Month, paradigm, all of which feed into each other. And that's what I want to share with you, those 7 different areas.